First of all, I am very much perturbed over the recent development occurring in Bangladesh. It is nothing but a serious implications that we are destined to face, provided if this kind of situation persists. See, after the 1971 Bangladesh war, when the Pakistani army was defeated ignominiously, the then Pakistan government, they hatched a conspiracy under the rubric, under the template that bleed India by 1,000 cuts. Since then, they have left no stone unturned in order to bleed India. Just for example, Jammu Kashmir, example northeastern India's insurgency, etc., etc. But now they have got the opportunity on their golden platter. The opportunity is what we are witnessing in our neighboring country, Bangladesh. First of all, my serious accusation, I would like to put forth that the intelligence infrastructure of our foreign ministry has been miserably failed to ascertain, to anticipate this kind of political fermentation, which is not, born a few months back. It is a persistent scar that was poised to explode. Before the country got infected by cancer, some sorts of answer should have been determined by this government, where they have been failed miserably. When this government has been focusing on to earn the kudos by delivering their homilies on the peace of Ukraine, on Palestinian issue, on G20, etc., etc. When this government, which is proudly espoused by them, they are going to make India Viksit Bharat, they were focusing on the other part of the globe, and they have been failed in their immediate neighborhood policy. That is why one after another, number one Bangladesh, number two Myanmar, number three Nepal. See, our eastern front has been going to be vulnerable, and there is a serious security implication on the development of Bangladesh as well as Myanmar also, because you know the Chinese private army has already been deployed in Myanmar, and the northeastern region is very much adjacent to Myanmar, and already northeastern region has been on the boiling, has been on the boil. The tinder box has already been existing in northeastern India, where government has also failed miserably in solving the Manipur imbroglio. So, taken all these issues into account, I think our eastern frontier, including the chicken necks, are going to be acutely vulnerable. Government has been failed to assess the situation. Again, I am telling government, his foreign ministry, RAW, NSA, etc., etc., NIA, etc., etc., have totally been miserably failed to assess the situation. So there lies the problem. They have never accepted the independence of India. Since the very birth of independence, they opposed the tricolor. They opposed the color of the, flag, the Ashok wheel. And not only that, Rahul Gandhi that day elaborately stated in the parliament that they are, ideologue. They are pathfinder. Veer Savarkar's statement inside the parliament. So the BJP party, they have never accepted the independence that we have attained by sacrificing the blood of our countrymen. So now under duress, finding no alternative, they are to talk about, they are, educating ourselves about Samvidhan, about constituency. That is why Priyanka Gandhi ji very sarcastically told them, it is Indian Samvidhan, not Sanka Vidhan. Absolutely right, it was, her statement was absolutely right. So now, the, cat out of the bag, what has been being nurtured by themselves, it is somewhat exposed in the parliament, and they will be defending it. Never ever they have expressed their regard, their dignity to Baba Sahib Ambedkar. First of all, they never accepted the freedom and independence of India. So from whom should we be educated ourselves?